Hello.
Hi. Hang
Hi,
on.
everybody. Welcome. Welcome to this webinar for today. How are you, Angela?
I am good. Just having a few technical problems here. I'm going to fix that.
No problem. While you fix that, I'll introduce myself.
Great.
So guys, for those of you who are joining us for the first time, my name is Liam. I am 30 years old. I am from Manchester in the United Kingdom, and I am one of the teachers at Maies Meravigli here in Milan. And I've lived in Italy for 3 years, and it is very nice to meet you. And with me today is
Angela, and I'm from Nepal. I've been here in Italy for the past 5 years. Don't judge me because my Italian is still not good, but I'm trying. All right. Hi, Chiara.
Hello, Chiara.
Milan.
Okay. Hello. Chiara, yes, I think we've had you before in another one with your beautiful dog in your picture.
Yes, I love dogs. What about you?
Do you have a dog?
Well, back home, yes. But what about you? Do you like dogs or cats? I think cats, right?
Yes, I am more of a cat person. Okay. So in English, guys, you can say I'm a dog person or a cat person. Now, this does not mean that you are like a superhero, okay, and you are like part dog. It just means you mean to say I like dogs or I like cats. You know, you like one more than the other. So yes, I'm definitely a cat person, I would say. I think that all of the dogs and cats in the world are very happy with this quarantine. All of their owners can give them attention at home.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, so nice. Hi. Okay, so Chiara, Lucas, Sarah, Katia, and Stefania, welcome.
Fantastic. From Novara, from Florence, from Rome. Fantastic. Nice. Good. I like the mix.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I know, guys, if you're joining us as well from France or Spain, welcome as well. And that is appropriate because in this focus activity, as you guys can see, we are speaking about geography. Okay, nice. First of all, that's the pronunciation. Geography, very similar to the Italian. Okay. Angela, in school, did you like geography? Were you good at geography?
I did. I loved geography, and I was pretty good. I won't say very good, but okay.
That sounds like me. Yeah. I was good at, I don't know. I'm good at you know, I know where countries are and what's the capital city and things like that. Some of the more technical things were a bit hard, like topography, for example.
Yeah, topography. Yeah.
Exactly. All of that. And I have to admit, our teacher in my secondary school in England was a little boring. I have to say. You know, and I think you need an exciting or inspiring teacher for a subject like geography.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, somebody who's going to make it really exciting and interesting. Very nice.
Good. Yeah, and guys, tell us, you know, we want to know your comments, your thoughts, your questions. For example, in school, did you like geography? And were you good at it? Did you get a good grade, etc.?
Yeah.
All right.
Also, tell us where you've traveled. So maybe the furthest that you've traveled in your life. So we can talk about those countries. Yeah.
Absolutely. We want to know all about your experiences. For example, Angela, what's the furthest you've ever been from home?
From home?
Yeah.
Well, as you know, Liam, I used to be a flight attendant, so I've basically traveled the world. So if I talk about my home here in Milan, the furthest I've been to is probably Australia, New Zealand. Yeah, that area. Okay.
Yeah, I would say, me too. And that's the furthest I have ever traveled is to Australia. And the same for me, Angela. It took oh, I don't remember, 25, 26, 27 hours, something like that. We had to stop. We had to stop in Hong Kong on the way.
Okay, what was the longest flight you've ever taken? Was it from Milan to Hong Kong? Okay.
Well, yeah, in total, the flight to Australia, yes. It was the flight from it was actually from Manchester to Australia.
Okay.
That was the first, it was Manchester, because I flew from home. Katia says, I love it, I think, geography, and I also love, so yeah, Katia would probably say love.
I also love traveling. Yep.
Stefania, on the other hand, says, during school, I hated. Yeah, that's probably just a typo. But yeah, Stefania, you don't need to say the school. You can just say in school, at school is fine. At school, I hated geography. Luca says, yes, I did, and I like it at the moment, and I also like traveling. Fantastic.
Nice.
Excellent. Yeah.
Very good.
And Olga says, at school, I loved ice cream.
And I love you, Olga, because I love ice cream too.
Very
geography.
Good.
Okay, good.
Yeah, there's no competition between ice cream and geography, right, Angela?
Absolutely.
And Angie, here's a question, because you're a flight attendant, and you were very good. You were a flight attendant. What is the most, how can I say, the most interesting country you've been to? What's a country you've been to that maybe most people would not have the chance to visit?
I don't know. I've been to so many places, but maybe right now I can talk about Burma. I think Burma is really, really interesting. Very few people have visited that place. And I think India is very interesting. If I look at it, if I put myself in the shoes of a Westerner, maybe an Italian, I would think, I would say India would be really interesting for an Italian person. Yeah.
Well, I understand, because I'm desperate to go to India. It's very high on my list of places I want to visit.
Yeah. Which part, though?
I would love to go to the south, to Tamil Nadu. I'd like to go to Kerala, and I'd like to see Goa.
Fantastic. Very good choice.
Yeah. Thank you. Sarah, I loved geography during, so again, Sarah, you can just say during school. We don't need to say the, okay? Just because when you're talking about the period in your life, school, we don't use a definite article. But now I prefer traveling. Yes, absolutely. Once we get older and we can start buying our plane tickets,
then you travel.
Oh, exactly. Right, Angela. What are we doing? What are we doing in this focus activity today?
So today we're going to be comparing geographic locations, superlatives, comparatives, and we're going to go through some vocabulary. It's really interesting.
It is, yeah. Both Angela and I, we both like this activity, don't we, Angela?
Yeah, we do.
And if you're joining us and you were in our 10 o'clock webinar, the reason we've selected this one is that we didn't really have time to go into the superlatives and comparatives in as much detail. So we are hoping that we can go into them a bit more today.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, first thing, this is for you, okay?
Quiz time.
So, yes, it's quiz time, okay? It's like the live quiz that everyone does at the moment, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
So tell us your answers. So this is about geography. So Angela, could you read the first question?
Yes, absolutely. The first one is Lake Baikal is the deepest lake in the world. 1,637 meters deep. It holds 20% of the world's fresh water. Lake Baikal is in...
So we want to know, what do you guys think? Okay, the second one says, the widest river in the world is the Amazon River in... And again, you guys let us know what you think.
You can Google it. If you want.
No cheating.
Okay. And the next one is the highest waterfall in the world is Angel Falls at 979 meters. It is located in... Okay.
Okay.
Good.
So,
We got some answers.
Okay, so Katia, so guys, try and tell us if you're answering 1, 2, or 3, just so it's just so we're sure. But I think Katia, that's probably your answer to question 1. Katia says Russia. And then she says USA. Now, Katia, is that your answer for widest river? Just so we're clear. Luca says Lake Baikal is in Russia. The Amazon River is in South America, and Chiara agrees. She says number 2, South America. Okay, so let's have a look. Well, we can tell you the answer to number 1 is indeed Russia. Yeah. Angie, it's amazing, isn't it? 20% of all of the world's fresh water is in one place.
Exactly.
Amazing. And guys, just because I know in Italian, we say like, in Italian, to talk about fresh water, we say like acqua dolce, so sweet water. In English, we say, fresh water. So yeah, so in the sea, for example, the oceans, we have salt water.
Yeah.
Okay. But in the opposite is fresh, like in a river or a lake or a stream. Chiara for number 3 says, number 3, Venezuela. So that's Angel Falls. But Luca thinks it's in South Africa. Well, guys, we can tell you that, of course, the widest river in the world is in South America.
South America. So you're right.
Because I think a lot of people say Brazil because that's the Amazon rainforest, but both the river and the forest are so big that they cover multiple countries.
So South America. Okay.
Yeah. And then the final one is well done to Chiara. Angel Falls is in Venezuela. Angela, with all your traveling, have you ever been to Russia?
I have. Okay. I've been to Moscow, yeah.
Okay, so you've not been to Lake Baikal?
No, I haven't, unfortunately. I just had time to see the Red Square. It was really, really cold, so, you know.
I can imagine. As cold as we all think.
Yeah.
What about South America? Have you been to the Amazon?
No, I haven't. Well, I have been to South America, but not to the Amazon. No.
Right. Oh, I'm so jealous. Where have you been in South America?
Sao Paulo and how do you pronounce it? Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires. Yeah.
That's one of the cities I want to visit the most. Buenos Aires.
Yeah. Sometimes I also forget where I've been. Can you believe it? Yeah, because I did it for 14 years. So
I know it's probably I do understand. I do understand though, Angela. When you've traveled that much, you probably just start to forget. Yeah. And you've not been to Venezuela?
No, I haven't. No, unfortunately.
No. Despite all of its problems and all of its current troubles, though, people tell me that Venezuela is a beautiful country. There are many beautiful areas you can see. But yeah, guys, by the way, tell us, where have you been? We want to know, the furthest you've been. What's your favorite country? What's the most interesting country? Where would you like to go the most? Because, we're thinking about superlatives. Yeah. So, the country you're most interested in.
And Venezuela is supposed to have the most beautiful girls in the world. And they all Miss Worlds and Miss Universes, all, I don't know. It's all
Is that true? I don't know. Is that true?
Yeah, Venezuela, they are known for their beautiful women.
I did not know that.
Because you're not paying attention, Liam.
I guess not. No. I'm
Which is good.
Too focused on geography.
Yeah, good.
I'm too focused on food. That's usually my main interest if I visit a country. I'll do a Wikipedia and look at the cuisine of a country.
That's nice. Yeah, I love food too. So you're a foodie?
Oh yes, definitely. My two favorite things: food and language.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay, guys. So again, now we've got some geographic locations. We can also call these geographic features as well. we can call them as well. I'll put that up as well. Geographic features is very similar. So yeah, guys, again, just tell us, give us the letter and then tell us what you think each one of these is. First one, Angela, do you want to read these?
Yes, let's go. A valley, a river, a desert, island, canyon, lake, mountains, and cliffs.
So some really important pronunciation there, guys. First of all, island. The S is silent, because I think quite a few of our students make that mistake, don't they, Angela?
Oh, yeah, they do. And it sounds like, yeah, exactly. And it sounds very much like Iceland, which is another country by itself.
I know. And then that gets really confusing, doesn't it? Because you have to say that Iceland is an island, is the way.
Yeah, and that's a good way.
Yeah, that's how I remember it, guys. If you say Iceland is an island, is my way to remember it, just for the differences.
Oh, we forgot to. Oh, sorry, we forgot to talk about Luca.
Luca said.
Oops, where is that?
The country I'd most like to visit are, so Luca, so this is, because you've said two, Luca, remember it's plural,
exactly.
So countries. Okay.
Yeah, countries I'd like to visit the most are USA and Brazil.
Very good. Okay. So again, Luca, just a couple of really little things. It's, in English, we say it's the USA, okay, because it's a plural, because it's 50 states, okay, it's the United States, so we have to say the. And also in English, Brazil is spelled with a Z. Okay. And another one on the pronunciation, just before we get to the answers that you said, Angela, was about mountain. Okay, because again, it looks like we're supposed to be pronouncing the A, so we would get this like mountain, but no, we need to be saying mountain, mountain. Excellent. Okay, Angela, you said someone had given us the answers here.
Yeah. Katia's given us a few answers here. So valley, okay, A is valley, good.
Yeah.
And
she's put
what about
G is river. Okay. Desert is E, and island is D. Luca, okay, but Luca, which one is a valley? So again, just you see the way Katia has explained, she's put, the letters A, G, E, D, just so we know which one. Like
he means A, as in the letter A, I think.
Okay, he's saying a valley. Okay, exactly. A valley. Okay, not just a valley. I got it.
I think.
Very good.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you're right, guys. Yeah, A is a valley. Okay. Okay, that's a valley.
Yeah, my hometown, Kathmandu, actually it's a city, it's a valley. It's in a valley.
Okay. In a valley. And that's the capital, isn't it?
Capital of Nepal, yeah.
Right. Is it a big city?
It is a pretty big city, yes.
Yeah. Bigger than Milan? I have no idea. So forgive me.
I think, yes, bigger than Milan.
Wow. So that is big.
That's what my husband says. Because my husband, when he looks down, at the valley, he says, "Oh, it's really big, and I think it's bigger than Milan." So, okay, I'll go with my husband.
Just to explain that, because Angela, your husband is a pilot, is that right?
Yeah, my hubby is a pilot. That's how we met.
The pilots and the airline attendants. It's such a nice story.
It's an old story.
It is. So guys, B is, now you notice, guys, B is mountains in the plural, okay? And that's because in English, when we talk about the location in a general way, we say mountains with an S. Because if you say the mountain, you're talking about one specific mountain.
Exactly.
For example, so that could be Kilimanjaro, Everest, K2, etc. Okay, but if you just talk about, you say, this weekend I'm going to the mountains with an S.
Okay, so somebody said sea, lake.
Yes, sea is a lake. Very good.
Good.
Yes, so like Garda, for example, near us, for example, or Maggiore. Okay. And you don't need to say the, by the way, you know, with lake, you just say Lake Garda, Lake Maggiore, for example, Lake Como.
Yeah.
D is an island. Very good. That's right. Okay. Very good. It looks like everybody's done really well with these.
Yeah. Everybody knows.
Yeah. E is a desert.
Okay.
F are cliffs. So again, like very mountain, good. We use these in the plural form. Cliffs.
Very good.
Mountains. Fantastic. G is a river. Okay.
Sarah got it. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, really good. Like the Po, for example, the Po River here in the north of Italy. And then H is canyon. Like, for example, the Grand Canyon in the United States, in Arizona, for example. Really good, guys. Very impressive.
Yeah.
Very good. Again, guys, if you've got any questions about any of these, if it's just like pronunciation, singular, plural, please let us know. Angela, is there anything you want to add before we continue?
Yeah. One more thing. What I don't see here is a gorge. Let me just write it down. We also have a gorge, which is very, very similar to a canyon, but a canyon is much bigger. It's more massive. A gorge is narrower, and it is very steep cliffs, okay, on both sides. And the deepest river gorge in the world also happens to be in my country. So we have the highest mountain in the world and the deepest river gorge. So
wow. So you've got some real geographic records.
Exactly.
It's amazing, isn't it? I guess because, like you say about Nepal being it's sandwiched between China and India. So you imagine those countries almost pushing it. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Pushing the geography.
Pushing the geography, the politics, basically everything.
It's not easy. Not easy having big neighbors.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Okay, guys. Now, we've just got 3 sets of adjectives here, and we want you guys to tell us what are the opposites. Okay. So for the first one, guys, wide is when we want, it's like this. Okay. If you can see what I'm doing with my hands. Okay. Wide. Now it's strange because in Italian, we can just say large if you translate it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Italian word for like large, largo, is also used when you want to explain that something is wide.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Nice to know. Nice to know.
Wide in English refers to the distance between this side and this side.
Yeah.
And if that distance is big, okay, we talk about it being wide. Okay. So, for example, if we talk about here in Milan, okay, if we talk about, for example, Corso Buenos Aires here in Milan is a wide road, for example. The distance from one side to the other side is big. So we would say it's wide, because sometimes students aren't really clear on that one. Guys, we'll just let you look for a moment. Okay, and tell us, okay, we want you to match the opposites. Yeah, we'll give you a minute to think about.
Oh, Luca's already come up with an answer.
Oh, fantastic.
Very good. Good job.
Very good. Okay. So let's go into the comments here. Let's see. Luca says wide is the opposite of narrow. And Luca, you are absolutely right. Yeah. You've got wide and then narrow. So yeah. So like we said, Corso Buenos Aires is a wide street. But maybe if we go to somewhere like Napoli, okay, you see a lot of narrow streets. You know, these ones where it's very difficult to take your car, for example. These are narrow streets.
Yeah. We can also use the word narrow in narrow-minded, you know?
Yes.
When people don't,
Absolutely, yeah. We use these like metaphorically, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Very good. Okay. Stefania has given us, deep and shallow. Very good, Stefania. Perfect. Yes. And Angela, this is usually when we're speaking about water, isn't it?
Exactly. Or Also, we also use it for characteristics. Okay.
Oh, okay. You'll have to explain that, Angela.
Okay. So deep and shallow, as Liam said, is usually used for water. Absolutely, when it comes to the physical sense. Then we also use it for people who are deep thinkers, who think a lot, who have a lot in them. Then you also talk about people who are shallow. So shallow people are basically fair weather friends, you know, people who are always only there for your good times, people who are not very trustworthy, I would say. Liam, would you agree with me on that?
I would say that someone who's shallow as well is someone who's only interested in things like appearances. Someone who doesn't consider the personality of people, for example, or their intellect. Yeah. They're only interested in how they look. And when you're talking about it as a characteristic, the other word, which is also similar to Italian, is to say superficial. Okay, yeah, shallow and superficial. But guys, these are only the same when we're talking about people. If we're talking about geography, shallow, stop, not superficial.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. And yeah, deep is someone who's very, and again, as a characteristic, it's the same as in Italian, we say profound.
Oh yeah, profound.
Okay, someone who's profound. Okay, but again, this is only when we're talking about character. Yeah. Okay, we need to be careful about that. The difference between using them to talk about geography or character. And Sarah has given us our last one. And yeah, this is high and low. Good. Very good. Excellent. Well done, guys. Really good.
Done. Really good.
Very good. Very impressive. Again, any questions, please tell us. Okay, anything you're not sure about, because, okay, Angela, what do we need to do here?
Okay, here, what adjectives would you use to describe these geographic features? Okay. All right, so wide, narrow, deep, shallow, and high and low. Okay, so
yeah, so maybe just we'll show them the first one as an example.
Yeah.
And maybe, Angela, you can explain why we can use these and not high and low, for example.
Yeah. So remember what we said about wide and narrow. So for a valley, it would be most appropriate to use wide or narrow valley, or a deep valley, or a shallow valley. But we can never say a high or a low valley. No. Okay, so that's the reason why we have these adjectives. Okay?
Yeah, because a valley cannot be, you know, up in the air, for example.
High.
Because it can't be high. Yes, exactly. It's high refers to the top point of something. Okay. So a valley, because a valley goes like this. Okay. We don't measure a valley by how high or low it is, but we can talk about them being deep because they go down. And we can talk about them, like Angela said, being wide and narrow. Okay. So guys, what about the rest of them? We've got river, canyon, lake, mountains, and cliffs. Okay, so in each case, so if you want to, just as a guide to your answer, you can just do something like I'm going to do here, just to show you an example answer like this, for example. Okay, and if you guys just want to, if you guys want to write your answers like that, we know that it takes a minute and people are on their phones and they're auto-correcting and going crazy. So yeah, we will give you, oh, look at that. They've all just flown through. There we go. They all come at once.
Okay, can be wide. Okay, so Lucas said rivers can be wide, narrow, and deep and shallow. You're right.
Okay.
Luca.
Yeah, let's have a look. So, yes, river, very good. And Katia as well says.
Yeah, very good,
very
Katia.
good. And Chiara as well. Wide, deep. Yeah, very good. Well done. Okay. Stefania. So, Stefania, we can't say that a river is high, okay? Because a river is not elevated, okay? It doesn't go up into the air, but we measure the distance from the surface to the bed, what we call in English the river bed. Okay.
Yeah. But good. At least you tried.
So you just put that up there as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Riverbed. Yeah. The bottom of the river is sometimes called the riverbed.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, guys. Excellent. Well done. What about canyon? What would you say, guys, about canyon? Again, they're probably all going to fly through at once because everybody.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go. Katia says deep. Oh, sorry. We both clicked at the same time.
Canyon, deep, shallow, high. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Wide and narrow. Okay,
yeah. Actually, Katia. Again, canyons are similar to valleys. We don't think of canyons as being up in the air. We think of them as descending. So for that reason, we think of them as deep or shallow as opposed to high or low. Maybe there's just some confusion about this, about, high and low, deep and shallow. High and low refers to the point of something that is elevated. Deep and shallow refers to the distance between the bottom and the surface. It is a little confusing, I think.
Yeah, it is.
What about lake? What would we say for lake?
Yeah.
What do we think?
Do you think that lakes are the opposite of islands?
I've never thought of it like that, because it's like an island
or a pond?
It's like an island of water in a country. Well, we do say that, don't we? An island of water. We sometimes do say metaphorically. So it's an interesting one. Oh, hang on. We've got an answer from Luca. Lakes can be deep and shallow, and they can be wide and narrow. Now, I have to say, Angela, I don't know about you, but I agree with what the students are saying. I think a lake can be wide and narrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know that on the answers, it says that we only measure lakes in their depth, but I have to say, personally, I disagree.
Yeah, you can say a wide lake. Absolutely. Yeah,
because if you, Angela,
it was just a small mistake there.
You've been to Lake Garda, haven't you, Angela?
Yes, I have.
And so if you know, Lake Garda is very wide. If you stand on one end and look at the other end, there's a big, or Lake Como. Lake Como goes, it goes up like that, for example.
True.
So I would say, guys, I agree with you guys about saying wide and narrow too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chiara says that mountains can be high or they can be low. And of course, you're right, Chiara.
Very good.
And well done. And this is a good opportunity to think about what we said about, high, low, deep, shallow.
Deep shallow.
High is thinking about where is the top point of something. So it's this singularly, this top point. Deep and shallow is about the bottom and the surface, and that difference. So well done to Chiara. Wide and narrow, I don't think so, Sarah. We wouldn't say that mountains are wide or narrow, would we, Angela? We'd maybe say they were big or small.
Big or small, yeah.
Yeah. So Sarah, I would say high and low, absolutely, but not wide and narrow. I think big and small would be better. What's Lucas said?
Lucas said cliffs, high, low.
Okay, and I think Chiara, has she said the same thing here?
Yes, she said the same thing.
Well done. Very good.
Good.
Cliffs the same. So Chiara, tiny thing, sorry, Chiara. Cliffs the same as. In English?
Same as.
Yeah, just a little thing, In English, same as. Oh, I wrote same sa. Typing too fast.
Same as. Okay.
Yeah, same
as. Yeah, same as the comparative and the when you're doing comparatives, do you remember when two things are equal, it's going to be as.
Yeah.
As big as small as. Okay.
Really good. Yeah, that's a really good one to remember, because you want to say when there's no difference.
Exactly. Great.
Okay, guys. Excellent. Okay, now we have Angela. Shall I read the first half of this and you read the second half?
Absolutely.
Okay, guys. So what I would say, I'll just post this. Okay. Look for, in this example, look for any comparatives and superlatives you can find. Oh, you can, not you than. I'm not used to it. I have an iPad. I'm not used to this. I'm using my girlfriend's laptop. I'm not used to this keyboard. Okay. So yeah, guys, look for any comparatives and superlatives you can find. Angela and I are going to read this for you so you can hear the pronunciation as well. Okay.
Good.
The US is the world's third largest country in size. It is 2 times larger than the European Union. Its geography is very diverse, and you can find everything from tropical islands in Hawaii and Florida to cliffs, canyons, and deserts in the Southwest. Death Valley in California is deeper than the Grand Canyon. At 86 meters, it is the lowest point in the country.
So Denali in Alaska is the tallest mountain, 6,198 meters in the US and in North America. Crater Lake in Oregon is 589 meters deep, and it's also the 9th deepest lake in the world. The Mississippi River is the longest river in the US and the 4th longest river in the world. And we have so many comparatives and superlatives.
We do. Wow, lots of people. Guys, I'm just, this is just a little thing on geography. When we say North America, we don't mean the USA. It collectively refers to the USA, Canada, and Mexico. Mexico kind of lives in both because it's also considered a Latin American country. But I've met Mexicans who've assured me that they consider themselves North Americans as well.
And that's good to know.
Okay, guys, I mean, everyone is flying in with these answers here.
Fantastic,
which is great. Yeah, really, really good. So I think we can just highlight them here. Okay. As you can see, the superlatives have been underlined, and then the comparatives are in dark red. So we've got largest, tallest, slowest, deepest, longest. And then the comparatives, we've got larger and deeper. Okay. But Angela, could you maybe explain about this thing where we're talking about, for example, third largest, 9th deepest, 4th longest? What's that explaining?
That's explaining that they are also in a superlative form, but they are number 4 in line. Let's say, in the world, or
not number 1, but
number 4.
Fantastic. So if we said, for example, Russia is the largest country in the world, but Canada is the 2nd largest, for example. Okay, it's like Russia is number 1, and if you have a list, if you go on Wikipedia and look up the size of a country. Okay, we can say that, for example, Russia is the largest country in the world, but Canada is the 2nd largest. So it's strange, isn't it, Angela? It's like a superlative, but it's not the number 1 superlative.
Exactly, it's superlative in order.
Yes, and then I'll explain that this one we've got, for example, larger, but then it says specifically 2 times larger, and so that means it's to say double. Okay, and you can say 3 times larger, 4 times larger. It means that it's like multiplied. Okay, so you need 2 European Unions to be the same as the United States, for example,
in land mass. Okay,
exactly. Or if you have a country of, let's say you have a country of 60 million people, like let's say Italy, okay, and then you have a country of 180 million people, which I think is roughly the population of Pakistan. Maybe it's more, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Might be more than, You might be more than that. It might be about 200 million. Where's Michelle when we need her? But I think, let's say, for argument's sake, you've got 60 million, 180 million. So you would say that the 180 million is three times larger, 4 times larger, 5. You can go on and on. I mean, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think, is there anything else we need to explain for this part, Michelle? Any other?
Michelle.
Michelle. Angela, sorry, because we just said her name. Forgive me.
Okay.
Lowest point, ninth deepest. No, I think it's all okay.
It's and they seem to understand because they're giving the answers too, so they kind of know.
They are really good.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, really, really good, guys. And just remember as well, we need an article. The biggest, the smallest, because even when you're talking about a superlative that's not the number one, like the second biggest, it's still an individual. So you still need the, because it's one, for example.
Correct.
Fantastic. So, okay, now here, Angela, we've got Mount Everest, Mount Blanc, and Mount Denali. Okay. So Mount Everest, Angela, that's home for you, isn't it?
Yes.
Have you ever been to it? Have you been near it or climbed parts of it or anything like that?
No, nothing of that sort.
So
but
guys,
of course I've seen it.
Yeah, okay, you've seen it, yeah. But that was it's funny actually. I had another focus with Michelle, and we were talking about trekking, going through the mountains. And I asked Michelle if she'd been into the Himalayas in Pakistan, and she said yes, but once was enough. She said it was pretty intense, pretty difficult.
Yes, very difficult, and especially it's a business now, So also to go to just the base camp of Everest, you would need a lot of money, so a lot of funding and
a lot of equipment,
and you need a lot of training as well. Actually, to go climb a mountain, you would need to do some courses in mountain climbing.
Yes.
And obviously get checked up. Your health has to be, 100% to go up there.
Because it's very dangerous, isn't it, Michelle? Oh my God, what is wrong with me, Angela? A lot of people, I think they think they can just go to Mount Everest and start climbing, but a lot of those people end up getting injured or even dying in some cases, don't they?
Absolutely, the death rate is very high, in fact.
So don't go unless you've done your training, guys.
Yeah, don't go unless you're really ready.
Absolutely. Okay, now ordinarily, guys, if this was a lesson in school, we'd be giving you the resource to have a look at here. But even with just these examples, we can see where it says Mount Denali is higher than Mont Blanc, but Mount Everest is the highest. And see, already, fantastic. We've got...
Good, Chiara.
Yeah, Chiara says, Mount Denali is lower than Mount Everest and Mont Blanc is the lowest mountain in the world. Fantastic. Stefania says, Mount Everest is the tallest mountain, but Mount Denali is the second tallest. Very good.
Nice.
Really good, yeah. I wonder who could do a comparative. Who could maybe give us a comparative of Mont Blanc and Mount Everest? Because if you look at their sizes, how high they are, okay, Mont Blanc is 4,810. Everest is 8,448. 848, thank you. So guys, I wonder if you could do a comparison there.
There you go, Lucas.
Mont Blanc is lower than Mount Denali and Mount Everest, but Mont Blanc is the highest mountain in Italy. Yeah, okay, really good. Some good examples, guys. But the example, and maybe someone's writing it now, but just because of time, I'll put it up. If we say, I'm just going to write it like this, okay? Mount Everest is 2 times higher than Mont Blanc, approximately. Okay, because what you have is 8,000 and 4,000. So I'm doing a very approximate measurement. But Mount Everest is 2 times higher than Mont Blanc.
Yeah.
Or you could do the opposite. And you could say, for example, here, you could just flip them around, swap them, and say Mont Blanc is 2 times lower than Mount Everest. Yeah. Excellent. Really good. Okay, guys. So again, some opportunities here just in the last few minutes. We've got some islands, some lakes, and some mountains. So, ooh, Stefania, very nice. Much smaller. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, much smaller. That's a good intensifier. It means a lot smaller. Very good, Stefania.
Very good, yeah.
I like it. What about these ones, guys? We've got some islands, some lakes, and some mountains. Okay, again, excuse me. What comparisons or superlatives could we make talking about these? Let us know your answers, because we've only got a few minutes left before it's lunchtime, right, Angela?
Yeah. Islands. Remember, not islands, islands. Okay.
Very important. Let that be the most important thing you remember from today.
Okay. Lakes, mountains. Okay. Some comparatives from you guys.
I'll do one just to show another way we can use these comparatives. Okay. If you look at this one, for example, okay, Kilimanjaro is almost 2 times higher than Fuji. Okay, because if you say that, sorry, it was just an example, but if you want to say it's like 3,000 to almost 6,000. Okay, it's and I'm using an approximation just to give an example. You can say almost. Okay, when it's not exactly. Okay. But it's when you want to say approximately or around, if you want to be general rather than being super specific.
Yeah. So a rough estimation.
Very good. Rough estimation. That's a good one. Chiara says Lake Titicaca is deeper than Lake Tahoe. Very good. Good use of than. Island, Madagascar is wider than Hawaii. Fantastic. Very good. Really good. Yeah. Or maybe just bigger than, because we're talking about square. Yeah, maybe because it's square kilometers. Stefania, Mount Kilimanjaro is a bit bigger.
Bit bigger
than.
Better.
Bigger. I think that again, that must be autocorrect. Yeah. I think autocorrect is giving us.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a bit.
But Stefania, is it a bit bigger or is it a lot bigger? Because it's 2,000. It depends. Could we say a lot bigger means a big difference?
Yeah.
Lake Victoria is less deep than Lake Tahoe. Okay, very good. But guys, don't forget you can do the comparative shallower. Okay, it sounds funny to say, I know, but shallower as well, you can say, which we don't say that a lot, do we?
Exactly. I'm hearing this after a really long time. Yeah, but I know that it exists.
Yeah, it does exist. Yeah, shallower. Very good. Okay, guys, we've just got a minute left, literally. So thank you very much for all of your answers. You've been really, really good in responding and contributing today. We really appreciate it, don't we, Angela?
Much. Yes, absolutely. And they've been so active and shown so much interest. And I know that you've learned and you're taking away something from this webinar. You know how to use your comparatives and superlatives, and you should practice them. Don't forget to write in at maismilanomeravigli@gmail.com. Okay, mention your level so that we can give you assignments for you to do at home. All right.
And also, guys, be sure to check online especially on Instagram and Facebook, because we'll be advertising all of our events and any changes or updates, any new information. You'll find it all online.
Okay, so I've just sent you guys the Gmail address. Don't forget to write to us what level you are at, and we can send you assignments, and we're going to correct it and send it back to you, okay?
Fantastic.
All right,
guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Angela.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. See you next time.
Thank you so much,
Bye-bye.
Liam.
Bye. Thanks, Angela.